Welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup. I am here with the guys. It is me, man, Chris Irish. We got player Coach Reg, and we got Deuce in the building. Say what's up to everyone who's plugged into us this episode, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Hey. Welcome back, fans. Good to see y'all.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you too. I know, man. We finally found him, man. He was in the Lost and Found at the Home Depot. But anyways, if this is your first time rocking with us, this is a place where we talk about sports, current events, and everything else in between through the lens of black culture. Just a little bit of announcement. We are moving to Wednesday. So again, if you just tuning in and it's a Wednesday, then yeah, you know what I'm saying, you read our minds. But like I said, every Wednesday from now on, here on out, man, we're going to, at least for the foreseeable future until it changes again, we're going to be dropping new episodes on Wednesday. So again, feel free to check that out. Again, if you're on the YouTube side of things, man, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know what I'm saying, like, comment, tell a friend and tell a friend. Notification bell helps you to know when we make new drops. And then if you're on the other platforms, Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
Hey, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't say other and then Apple. Don't put like the dis. I don't like how you say Apple, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Ooh,
if you're on the other platforms, Apple. Man.
What did I say anything? Did I say anything wrong? Like, do you want to do the announcements then? How about that? We'll let you do it.
Just don't disrespect Apple, man.
I didn't know. That's how should I say? Okay, so let me retry that. For the wonderful world.
Like the pastor giving a sermon, just don't be talking.
For the wonderful world of Apple and all the Apple stands out there, anytime you want to go down and go to the good old Apple store, good old Apple Podcast, check us out over there. We're featured somewhere. Also Spotify. So again, we're also on Spotify. Wherever you get your wherever you get your podcast from, right? You know, Google Podcasts, wherever, Deezer, SoundCloud, Anchor, all that stuff, man. We are there, and yeah, like I said, hit the follow, hit the subscribe on those, and again, just tune in to us. We're also on the social media side of things, man. We're on IG, we're on Twitter, we're on Reddit, Grindhouse NTWK, and then again, check us out on Discord, man. We have a little smaller community for people who want to come in, banter, say what they want to say about sports, things like that. We even got some off-topic threads in there as well. Grindhouse Network, just spell the whole thing out. It's searchable through the search bar on Discord.
Fantasy football soon come to the Discord.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're also going to be starting the fantasy football. Man, everyone here is going to be involved, and then if you're on the Discord, if you want to join, again, hit us up on Discord. And yeah, we probably just put the link out too, man. We're going to add all that stuff in the description boxes of all the links that you ever need for us. And anything else y'all want to say?
You drafted Andrew Luck first round,
bruh. Man, I don't want to.
Nah,
killed me. That killed my whole season, man. You talking about a motivation killer from the start.
Yeah. Well, we know that you make bad decisions when it comes to ownership, so it's all good. So,
wow. Hey, man, Chris, finish up the warm up, man, so you can let the headliners come through, man. Me and Reg, we waiting backstage, man. Go on, finish up.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, we know who headlined in Cleveland is Deshaun Watson. Week 6 and later, because I mean he's not gonna be playing. Apparently, this guy has been. Well, as they say in NFL, suspended for 6 games for, detrimental action detrimental to the league, something like that. I don't know, man, all this jargon. But yeah, he has been suspended 6 games for allegedly assaulting about 30 plus women. 30 and counting, the bar moves. He said on some of them. If you guys haven't been up on the Deshaun Watson news, he was charged with allegations back when in his Houston Texans days, and they effectively benched him for all of last year, and he got traded to Cleveland. The place where you go to end your career, actually. Like, no one really survives there, except for Odell Beckham. He came out of it and got a championship, but he's not on the team yet. So I don't know. Maybe he was just it was a delayed response. So now he's in Cleveland, passing to nobody, but he still has a good defense. He still has the two-headed monster in running game, in his running game. So maybe he can make some work week 7 and going forward. But for now, he is on the bench. He is suspended for 6 games, and I just start with the alleged headliner Deuce. He shows up when he shows up like Lauryn Hill. Is it fair? Is it a fair suspension to give against Deshaun Watson given his charges?
Just doing the 6 games, we all know how the NFL is with this type of stuff, man. They laid their mark, man. Going back to Ray Rice, they said in that video for like a year plus. And then when it got spelled out to the public, they're like, oh no. We didn't know, man. They are like, the NFL is like, you remember that cartoon with Tom and Jerry? NFL's Tom, bro. Like, they always up to, like, not they always up to no good, but when they are up to no good and they get caught, it's like, oh, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't trying to kill you, Jerry. I promise you I wasn't, man. But every episode he's trying to kill him. So I'm not trying to say that they're always up to no good, man, but this is the same old song they've been singing for a while. It's tough. Like, let's be real about it. It's tough. He went to court. What happened in court?
I don't know. Settled out.
Settled out with multiple. I mean, I think there's still those 4 pending cases, or did they close them all out?
So that was in civil. Criminal, he was found not guilty.
Not guilty, yeah.
Yeah, so we went to criminal court, found it not guilty. Civil court, they had to pay some money, undisclosed amount, right? So that leads us to believe, it leads the public, the NFL, it happened. How bad was it? Are the numbers true? If the court couldn't figure it out, the criminal court couldn't figure it out, how's the NFL supposed to override the criminal court system, So I see it from both sides. I think 6 games for some strong allegations from the NFL, from what they could see. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I want to make that clear. But from what they could see, criminal court, innocent, there's some lawsuits, okay. We can't tell how bad it was. 6 games for being at best an extreme creep, at worst a whole lot worse. I think it's the most they can do, because anything else they got beat back, right? A whole another year. Come on, the players union would have been like, nah, bro. That's my stance on it, man. They know the NFL's weak on that. 6 games, yeah. Vegas was betting that anyways.
Okay, all right. And just to add, man, I believe that the NFL is not going to appeal. NFLPA is not going to appeal this. Yeah, they're not going. That's what I heard about. I think they had until either today or tomorrow or something like that. They had a certain amount of time to appeal, and I don't know if they're going to appeal.
Well, leading into the decision, I saw that both parties said that they weren't going to appeal. So the NFL actually only set the guideline of what they expected, which was a 1-year ban. But both parties decided to go to arbitration.
Yep.
So the arbiter is the one that came down with the decision. So that neither party got what they wanted, but they both agreed that whatever the arbiter decided, they wouldn't appeal it.
Okay.
NFLPA and the NFL, that is.
Gotcha.
Which I think that's telling, because I feel like they appealed everything. That's telling, right? Like, they appealed every freaking thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess that was part of, just to put this thing to bed for them. I guess both parties were tired of engaging. It's just like, hey, whatever the decision is, like, we gave it our guidance, and that obviously the arbiter probably won't go higher than that guidance. Mm-hmm. And the player felt like whatever he thought his punishment would be, which he probably thought he shouldn't be punished at all, but it came to something right down the middle, or actually not even down the middle. 6 games is not even half the season, so.
It's about third, but yeah, that's I think they were okay with that, because I think usually I think the precedent was either 6 games or the whole season, And so, you know, it's I don't know why it's not even half, right? Even before the additional week, it would have been 8 games, right? But I don't know, man. Like you wasn't going to make anyone happy with any decision.
No.
So yeah, I don't know if this is just par for the course. Just, you know, hey, let's just go ahead and resolve it, because it's been lingering for over a year. I don't know if most cases linger for more than a year, aside from Deflategate. But even the Deflategate didn't even take that long. I think it took over the course of the off season when they found when they had their findings or whatever. Spygate took a little bit of time, and again, it didn't last for more than a year. And so yeah, I think that they just tired. It was just getting old on the desk, and I think they just want to go ahead and find a resolution for this. Just give them this is a 6 game, you wasted our time. Like, you just made me had to do some work. You know, this is like automatically getting a citation because you made the cop chase you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know if it's fair or not. I personally feel like it should have been time served anyway. He missed all of last season. The Houston Texans benched him. I don't know if he got paid or if he didn't get paid. I think the only difference would be that, you know, he would not get paid for these games. So aside from that, you know, he's technically been out for about a year and a half, a year and a third, you know, after his suspension is done. So before he can ever step on the field and like throw a football again. So yeah, and actually, for him being benched, he had to show up to games just to sit down and not do anything. Now he can just sit at home. He don't even got to show up to work. So it's a little bit worse than detention.
Yeah, he needs to make sure he earns that paycheck, man. Later down the road, I looked up something on Sports Kita. Interesting site.
Okay.
I'm hoping the information is correct. But as far as other sexual misconduct cases in NFL, it's like 6 weeks is something that they like, because Ben Roethlisberger was suspended for 6 weeks back in 2010, if you guys remember his allegations, right? Police investigated the accusations, charges were dropped. What happened there, right?
Yeah.
And then he was suspended for 6 games. Jameis Winston, they wanted 6, but he only did like 3. And the one who surpassed 6 was Antonio Brown, but Antonio was for so many things, and I think also he already built his reputation. And there was videos, there were voice recordings. Antonio had evidence stick to him. He could, bruh. There's no way he could go and say it.
He dropped the glove and it fit, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. He dropped the glove and only the fit. He was the one to put it on.
Yeah, and the cell phone with his contacts. Yeah. So yeah. No, I get it, man. Like you said, 6 is a pretty standard number. I think that was just a precedent. So they were just like, man, you wasted our time. It's his 6 game. Go sit down somewhere. But, you know, just to pivot a little bit, man, I know we're talking about Deshaun Watson and to the extension, man, the players. Let's take one extra extension to what we like to put the spotlight on, which is the owners. The owners have also been in some sexual allegation news. And, you know, we always try to figure out, like, what's going on that side of things. Nothing ever seems to come down. So I guess I actually Rich, is the way the owners treated or reprimanded or punished different from how the players are when it comes to sexual allegations or anything on that line?
To answer your question pretty briefly, is like absolutely they're treated different. I might be at an odd man out saying that maybe I felt like the sentence may be unfair. He probably should have been doing more time. Fair to him, but unfair in general. I feel like he probably should be doing more time than that. But I do understand the argument that NFLPA was putting out there is like, hey, if these owners are getting caught up in situations, you had Dan Snyder, I think there was something going on in Dallas with the cheerleaders and dancers and stuff like that. You had something going on in in Boston with Robert Kraft when he was down in Miami and going to these massage parlors, and he got caught up in the raid. And we don't hear anything about sentences this big. Even with the Brian Flores case that they brought against them, they claimed that they couldn't get concrete evidence of things that they brought concrete evidence to. And, they just got fined some draft picks and some money or something like that. So it's never treated the same, but, they are in different positions. I don't think it's fair. I think they could probably set the tone by coming down harder across the board on everybody. So just don't do this, because it's going to cost you everything.
Yeah.
For owners and players. Owners and players.
Yeah. Deuce, what you got, man?
Hey, man, it's like Reg was talking about, man. You got old sticky hand Jerry Jones, man. Apparently there were photos leaked on the internet. I'm not putting that in my web browser to search for it, but hey, got the ones that follow us, if you guys want to do that, hey, put in the comments what you found, right? But there's photos of him in provocative situations with women, and one lady said that he grabbed her buttocks and her breasts without her permission multiple times, right? And so we can only imagine what he's done with the other women. Then you have the whole, like, the former Washington Redskins, now Commanders, right? Former Washington football team, Daniel Snyder, right? Not only did he torture NFL fans by being just one of the worst owners by his sheer just disregard for wanting to win, right? The thing is that he's created in that culture within the team, man. He pretty much pimped out some of the Washington Commanders cheerleaders, right? For high-profile fans, for movers and shakers in the DC area, right? He was kind of like, I don't know what the male version of a madame is. I guess it's a pimp.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, pimp.
Yeah, madame just sounds so like proper.
Yeah,
and then pimp is like, just so not proper. So, but yeah, man, and this thing, the Snyder thing's been going on for, like, I feel like the NFL's been investigating this dude for a very long time, and nothing really came from it. So it's like, to Reg's point, what's going to happen? What are you going to do to Jerry Jones? He's like one of the most influential owners in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And to your point earlier, what does a punishment look like? Only thing that hurts rich people is money. And you're going to say, don't come to your games?
Yeah. We can we start there? Can we just start, like, hitting their pocketbooks? Can we just...
They can afford that. Hit something that they care about. Obviously, you spent and invested in this. Hey, man, you can't come to the stadium this season.
Can we do 3 strikes? Can we do 3?
The distraction or the 3 strikes.
What happened after 3 strikes?
You out.
Now you gotta sell.
How you out? Like Donald Sterling style?
Yeah. Sell the team, homie. You gotta go.
What?
Hey.
3 straight. Hey.
Hold on, let me get it straight.
Not
so,
y'all.
Wait. Let's see. Let's do this real quick. Dallas Cowboys team
value.
Worth.
Yeah. It's in the billion. It's in the billions.
So how many billions you think?
Probably about 20 to 30 billion.
Dang, I mean, I would have thought that too, but I see a couple articles that say 7.6 billion.
That's still big for one entity.
So here's your punishment, bad guy. We're gonna pay you $7 billion for your team to get out of the NFL.
Yeah.
Bad man.
They don't. They make him sell it to another buyer.
Yeah.
But he gets the money. You can't take the money from the guy.
Well, you can't just take the team.
No, I'm with you. They force the transaction, and then you just paying him.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, like you said, what are you gonna do with a rich guy? If you can afford what we said is valued at $4 billion. What you said?
$7 billion. $7 billion.
7.5, pretty much.
You can afford a $7.5 billion team. it's gonna be hard to hurt your pockets. But obviously, you were willing to spend that money into this thing because you like being Jerry Jones. You like being in the mix, doing all this, bringing people out to the shows, getting the girls together, and all this stuff. You take that away from them.
And
And then just unleash them to the world? Like, we just unleashing a dude with $7.5 billion, the super predator, onto the world. Now, what about...
You
talk about...
Thank you.
You act like all his money tied up in the Dallas Cowboys, and now all of a sudden he's just like, yes. So wait, if that's the case, he would have sold the team right now and went and just unleashed on the world and crossed the world or whatever you talking about. You already got money.
No, I'm not saying. I guess I was saying that. You're right. As you spit it back to me, I don't like that. So let me change my point post haste. What about making them go? Okay, I know you guys don't like to find, but let's find the behinds. Use that money towards some type of charity that prevents sexual abuse, things like that, and then make these jokers actually go to training. And then, hey, make a commercial about that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to, it might not change the behavior, but I think it's better than paying the dude $7.5 billion and saying, bon voyage, now you got even more time to harass him.
You said now you got even more time to harass.
Yeah.
No.
I'm cool with the training. I think to a certain point, I don't know what that charity would be, but at some point they're gonna be like, okay, this person gets caught up, we get money. That's cool, but you just keep this person around, so they just keep getting caught up, and then we get a check on the end. It's like, here's a little something for your troubles. Like, if you really want to make a change the behavior, like, I think the check is less important than the behavior.
Yeah.
For them at that point. So I don't know if that's a great pipeline.
Yeah, and on top of that, you think they care about the little bit of fine? You think a drunk alcoholic is gonna be out here like, oh yeah, go to take the DUI class, and then you take the DUI class, you gonna stop drinking forever? Like, no, you're gonna still do whatever you probably gonna do. You're gonna take the class because you want
to be drinking during the class, to be honest.
But my point is that, like, you know, I training is nice. I don't think you need training. Do you need training to not sexually assault or?
Some people do, unfortunately.
I'm just.
Derrick Rose said he ain't know what consent was. So.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Bundle that in the package too. That should be a part of strike one. And then, but strike three, like, yo, you didn't get it the first two times. You know what I'm saying?
Because we had this conversation about Draymond. Like, you know when you got 6 texts, or you know when you got
5 fouls
already.
Yeah.
So, like, I ain't gonna be like, oh man, I feel bad for Jerry. No, like, 3 strikes is more than they give a lot of people black and brown. So.
Exactly. So, but
he'll figure it out.
But if you really want to get people out of, so the reason that Jerry Jones is not even his money is his money. Like, it's whatever. That's already established. He was already rich anyways. But the influence, now you can't invite people over to the Cowboys stadium. Now you don't have nobody doing no dancing around, like, the cheerleaders or whatever. Like, yeah,
over the players and stuff like that.
Now,
yeah.
hey, when you make them sell the team, because going off your point, Chris, should they also be banned from just their stadium, the former stadium, or all stadiums?
I think I think that's also good to ban them from all of them, but I don't know how that's enforced. Like, I don't know how they enforce banning people in general, because people who are banned from arenas, I'm like, you can buy tickets on NBA.com or NFL.com, and then, like, no one's scanning your face as you go into the facilities. So I don't know how that's even enforced in the first place. But I think it's a little bit easier to point out Jerry Jones is in the building, because it's like, oh, Jerry Jones is in the building. Yeah, but outside of him just being a popular face, like, I don't. Jim Irsay. Do you know what Jim Irsay looked like?
Nope.
See,
Google him. But yeah, you're right, off the top of my head, no. So I'm pretty sure. Jim Irsay. Who was Jim Irsay? Jim Irsay. I know that
from the Colts. The Colts. He had the.
I thought it was the Colts. I'm sure people, they know what he look like.
I would ban him just from having ownership in the league again, maybe that's enough.
There you go. I would do that, and like he can't have any investment stake in anything that's associated with revenue generating on that property. That I think that would be fair. Yeah, you take $7 billion to go do something else.
Go play golf, invest in live golf if you want to. But
yeah. So
investing in the NFL, you're not gonna be. He really do want to be. Some people want to be all in the mix.
Yeah.
Want to be all in the mix.
Some people
take the mix away.
Some people enjoy that stardom, like that influence. Like, oh man, I got the hottest team in America. I'm America's team. Like, not no more. Now what are you? Just Jerry Jones got a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right. Take away the fun toy.
So exactly. So
it works for kids, works for billionaires.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's what I would suggest. I mean, to be honest, like I understand like the gravity of the situation with Deshaun Watson and others. Ezekiel Elliott comes to mind, and just kind of like the whole like sexual assault or battery, whatever. But Robert Kraft and Daniel Snyder have been involved in what they consider to be sex trafficking. Human trafficking. Yeah. So that's almost like organized crime versus petty theft. Like that's a whole, you graduated to that. Like that's way more egregious than just whatever. So
even if you take not just the individual owner, if you look at franchises itself, like we see the punishment Deshaun's getting, but allegedly the Texans, the organization was kind of facilitating whatever was going on over there.
Yeah. Providing
venues. I'm pretty sure they knew something was up.
Yeah.
Like, how many massages you need, Deshaun? Like, I'm sure they knew something was going on. I even heard, I don't know if this is true. I don't have an article to back this up. I think they were even saying, like, they were doing hush money things and paying off. And before this became like a settlement and court situation, they probably, like, silenced a lot of these situations that didn't come forward. So,
yeah. Yeah, so
what's their point?
And they should be held accountable as equally as accessories. Just like if you was driving and you didn't know someone was gonna rob the convenience store, like you're an accessory. But that's what they do to us, man. So anyway, man, we'll see. Anything else y'all want to add on that, man? Before we move on, I think we've unless y'all got some better ideas.
It seems like teams get punished more for. What did the Dolphins get fined for?
Tampering. Yeah. And
sexual misconduct or sexual abuse. So interesting.
Yeah. So, but that's the good old boys club. So it is what it is. So we'll keep an eye on Deshaun. Week 7, he'll probably be back balling. 3 touchdowns to himself because he had no receivers. So, Kareem Hunt.
They don't got Jarvis no more?
I don't think they had Jarvis Landry. I know he didn't resign initially. I don't think he resigned with them. Let's see real quick. Jarvis Landry. Now that you say that, I know they ain't got Odell. He is. Okay. He's still with the Browns.
Who? Landry?
Jarvis Landry. So he can be passed to Jarvis Landry for as long as he's healthy. He still has Kareem Hunt, so I guess that's a good thing for him. So, good luck to them, man. We'll see them probably not in the playoffs. So we'll see. Moving on to a little bit more somber note, man. The late great Bill Russell has passed away at the ripe age of 88. Oh. Yes.
Isn't Amari Cooper with the Browns?
Amari Cooper?
Yeah, I just Googled Browns quarterbacks and Ferraris and Cooper's coming up.
Oh yeah, Amari Cooper did go to the I forgot. Yeah, it was his off season.
Yeah, but his ankle's messed up, so we'll see how that is.
Yeah, I think he's in the Browns, but
his ankle could work for 6 games. Tape it up. Light up game.
Yeah. And I think Jarvis Landry, he's not there no more. Jarvis Landry is playing for the New Orleans team.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints, yeah. He's with the Saints. So Amari Cooper, whenever he's healthy, again.
Yeah, same situation.
It still applies. good luck to whatever's gonna happen to the Cleveland Browns. But yeah, you are right on that. So yeah, moving forward, like I said, Bill Russell, man, he passed away right by the age of 88. It was a sprightly young thing. He was still actively engaged in all the communities. If you don't know Bill Russell, I according to Fox News, he was a great man. I think that was it. I think that was a
very
quote.
impactful.
Very impactful. I'm sorry, very impactful. Very impactful.
Figure.
They wouldn't say great man. I forgot. Fox News.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, very impactful. That's what's the word according to Fox News. But yeah, I don't know where you would have been if you don't know who Bill Russell is. He's only like one of the best, most decorated NBA players of all time in NBA history. I mean, 11-time NBA champion, 5-time NBA MVP, 2-time champion as a coach. Coached his team as a coach player, I believe. One as a coach player. 12 times NBA All-Star, NCAA champion, Lifetime Achievement Award. Jerseys retired in Boston. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yeah.
Civil rights activist, outspoken character. He has tons of quotes. I can even read a couple of them off to you. Like, this dude has tons of quotes that's like really quotable. Like, this dude said, if a guy pays you $5, you give him $7 worth of work. That's crazy, right?
Bro, that's blasphemous nowadays.
I know.
If a guy pays you $5 nowadays, you asking for $7.
Exactly. But yeah.
Why am I not getting $7?
For where my benefits.
Yeah. So another one, not tied to pay, but it's like, if you really have integrity, there are very few people who can insult you or honor you. That's pretty wise.
Wow.
So.
I like the duality of that statement.
Yeah, so he has tons of them. I'll probably give some at the end, man, doing the closing remarks. But yeah, what's kind of your thoughts, man? Like, what's the most captivating or most like memorable thing that you remember about Bill Russell just in his process? I mean, we wasn't around to watch him play the game. We just saw him rebound over his own player. I'm sorry, jump over his old player to block another player, which is still crazy. But yeah, man. Reg, man, you have anything, man, about Bill Russell you wanted to kind of like shed light on?
You know, I'm for the old head slander, but you can't argue against greatness. Like you said, the one that stood out for me was 2 titles as the player and the coach at the same time. That's crazy. Like, you got to check somebody, drop the play, hold yourself accountable, hold others accountable, but while still holding that team synergy. And win the title, doing all that, that's crazy. So just shout outs to that. That one stood out for me. Everything he did, being the first black head coach, of course, is another big accomplishment. And what he did in the Olympics and in college as well. So there's just big shout outs to him. Well decorated, well deserved, all the graces. He's been served right now. Sorry to hear him pass. You know, he was always around. We all know the Bill Russell Trophy. Even if you don't know who Bill Russell is, you know the Bill Russell Trophy. So he did all this in Boston. You know what this
Boston.
So
you know what LeBron said about Boston.
And that's in 2022. So who knows what was going on in his day. So shout outs to him. That's what I'll say about Bill.
Yeah, definitely. Deuce, you have anything?
Yeah, man. Like, the first thing, one of the clips that caught my eye was the picture. It was back when Muhammad Ali was facing all that backlash for not wanting to go fight rich folks' wars in Vietnam when there's issues here in the States. And when they stripped him of everything, there was that summit picture, and it was him, Ali, Brown, and Kareem. And just that picture kind of encapsulates like the men that he was pitted against, like his peers in life, right? It was so much more than basketball. It's the things that he spoke out for, the things that he did, the things that he had to endure. Like, his generation laid down the path as a trailblazers for the things that like LeBron is able to do now. Like when him and D Wade and Chris Paul spoke out, I don't know if it was the ESPYs or still the NBA awards, that year about police violence and things of that nature, right? George Hill, the Bucks, he does a lot in the community, and I think it's kind of overlooked because he's now a star player, but that's his legacy. And to say that that's your legacy just lets you know just how great of a man you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. And going back to basketball, you guys already talked about the player-coach thing. Just some other things. This 11 chips, man. Yeah, the most by any player in any of the 4 major sports, right?
Yeah.
Insane. This dude was the only person to average 20 rebounds for an entire season. Not Robin, not certain, not what round mound of rebound, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Not even Dwight Howard during his MVP-like years. This is how bad Bill Russell was, man. There was a year that Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50.4 points per game and snagged 22.9 rebounds per game.
Hey.
That dude wasn't the MVP. Bill Russell was. That's how bad this dude was, man. Like, come on, man. Like, he's a legend for sure. And just, you know what? It's hard to say. I don't think he spoke about enough, like the things he's done outside the court.
Yeah. Especially,
like you said, from Boston.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Boston of all places. I mean, it's basically. It's if the South relocated to one central point in the East into the North, it would have been Boston. Boston was very categorized. I mean, even still so. I mean, I think they still kind of have that dark cloud over them. Although Bostonians would be out here like, no, we've changed. No, it's okay. Like, don't do it and don't talk about it. Just do it. So yeah, Boston is deeply entrenched in racial racism and racial tensions. They probably coined the word racism. I think racism was born there. I don't know. I'm speculating, but yeah, they definitely are some old heads, the oligarchs, if you will say, of racism. And I mean, for him to be, Bill Russell's always dealt with racism. Obviously, like, he grew up in the South, so I mean, he grew up in the I think it was in Louisiana, is where he's from. So I mean, to be from the South in the 30s, the Depression era, when I think he was born. I think he was born 1934, 1935. So I mean, the Depression era. So moderate white people were mad because they were poor, like they didn't have anything. So like they gonna take it out on someone. Like, look, that's when they were really angry. For him to kind of grow up out of that, I mean, he's seen a lot of stuff of racial tension or racist abuse, racial abuse, and for him to go to Boston, where they also is just out here like we don't even like olive oiled whites. It was too close to not being white. It says a lot that he actually endured a lot of that. I mean, I do remember one story about him going to a restaurant, and this is during the whole segregation side of era of the U.S., where he goes into a diner with his teammates, and they tell him he can't go in there, or he can't eat there. The people who was there, the owner said he couldn't eat there, and he said, well, why not? And then it's like, well, obviously. You should know. Like, that's part of how they said it. That's how I imagine them saying it. And he just kind of got up and walked out, like, not a big deal. And I think what followed was that his teammates end up like leaving that restaurant as well, just show like some level of solidarity, because they just show how much respect they had for him. And for you to get people's respect on that level to where they'll do that in an era that they could have just easily been like, well, I'm getting the turkey club. What you gonna get?
Back in the hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, how tiring is that had to be for both parties back in the day? Like, as a black person, how tiring to deal with that. But as a white person, you gotta go check people, and it's like, you kind of dark. You gotta get out of here and turn down business. Like, What are we doing? We still doing that too today. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
much energy we have now. If we don't gotta, I don't gotta go find a color water fountain. You know how green that is. I don't gotta go look for a color water fountain. Like,
ain't even gotta think about it.
Bro. Yeah, I don't even gotta think about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm on the wrong bus.
Yeah. So
white people need to get it together, bro.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. And I mean, I would extend that to everyone because I mean. Unfortunately, black people have a tendency to do that too with other minorities. But again, that's ingrained in the DNA of old America. It's just like, you know, whoever has the least tenure gets the most oppression. But I do. So I remember that story. I remember him a comment that he made. And I think I kind of said this too. You guys heard me say something similar, where it's just like, oh, you are a famous basketball player. He's like. No, I'm a man who happens to play basketball. Like he never made himself above anyone else. And I think that was probably like the best, most endearing and redeeming qualities about Bill Russell is that, you know, while everyone else in situations similar to him, whether it's how he grew up, like we know that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He didn't like white folks. I mean, he played the game.
No,
he did not like white people.
No.
And Bill Russell was someone who was like, well, I don't like racial injustice, so I try my best to fight on that behalf for everyone, which I think is, you know, two sides of the same coin. One person just kind of taking it and just finding a way to build in a positive way, and then another person who's kind of like, well, I'm going to channel my anger and you know, be successful still, but in a different direction. It's a tree that grows in a different branch in a different direction. But we can always respect Bill Russell for being the person who was just the paragon of trying to like do what's right socially, and never made him seem like he was too high of a pedestal to essentially, you know, talk to anyone, whether it's white, black, or other. So like I said, he got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Medal of Honor. I mean, was it Medal of Freedom, Medal of Honor? Medal of Honor is a video game. Sorry, got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And again, like I said, that says a lot about a lot of the work that he was doing. I'm surprised he didn't get like a Nobel Peace Prize at this point, because like I said, he was always actively engaged. So he never got the credits that he was due, rightfully, during this era, like during his time in his apex. But again, because he kept engaged and you know, doing the big fight, I think a lot of people started to appreciate him, kind of like Muhammad Ali after the fact, like, you know, in his sunset. So I'm happy that he was probably able to get a lot of those flowers in the meantime. Like, you know what I'm saying, I think he walked into any building and nothing but respect and catering towards him would probably occur. And obviously in the NBA world, but even outside of that, even in Boston is you know, far along as they come. You know, that says a lot. So like I said, I don't really think about him. Obviously he has a lot of accolades on the court. Obviously 11-time champion. You know, people consider him the GOAT, considering, you know, what he had to do to achieve that. And you know, first African American coach to win and be hired. Actually, I think I saw that, like, a reporter asked him, you know, with all the racial injustice that's been thrust upon you, do you find the ability to coach in an unbiased state without like letting that channel into how you treat the players? His answer was yes. And he's like, the reporter responded, well, how? And he's like, well, it's basketball, and on basketball there's a certain level of respect for for each player, and you know, you have to respect every individual on the floor. It's the most basic form of meritocracy that we'll ever have. Is sports, where like you gotta respect the person across from you, your enemy. You gotta respect your teammates. You gotta respect everyone who's involved. That's the only way you're gonna win. And that's basically kind of what his answer was. And so, like, he's always embodied that. So I always appreciated that more so than his accolades, because that's that. I feel like his accolades are nice and great in the scope of Boston Celtics and all that, but like a lot of his off the field or off the court work, I think like permeates through culture and everything. So a lot of people have been able to prosper off of his ability to be that kind of individual. So that's kind of like my thing. That's what most captivating about Bill Russell to me. So oh man, so yeah, man, we lost a big one, a great one.
We did.
And then we also lost Nichelle Nichols the same day. Star Trek lady.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Hold on, Rachel Nichols.
That's what I'm fine with the Rachel Nichols. She dead? Come on, man.
She was wrong, but I didn't want her to go.
No, man, Nichols, the first Star Trek lady, the original Star Trek. So yeah, she passed as well. I think the same day. So I thought that was pretty interesting, man. We got a double whammy. So anything else y'all want to add about Bill Russell, man? Y'all gonna be buying any of his jerseys or anything?
Nah, man, just gotta hold on to the greats and give them the flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get that picture. I might order that picture of them and hang it up. For sure. I'm gonna see about getting that.
Yeah. So rest in power, man. Obviously, will be missed. Definitely will be a legend for many, many decades to come, millenniums to come. Always be remembered. So, yeah, that's all I got, man. Y'all have anything else y'all want to add before we wrap up? We can just get right into the sign-offs, man. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this, man. What is your sign-off, player, coach, Reg?
Thanks for rocking with us. Just come join us on Wednesdays. I know we was hitting y'all conditioning with y'all with them Tuesday drops, but things change sometimes. But thanks for rocking with us. Hit that like, follow, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the Deshaun Watson situation, and let us know what you think about Bill Russell and any praises you have. And yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. All right, Ed, you got a factor? You got something, man, you want to hit us with?
Yeah, something to quiz y'all with, man. We switching over to football since the season is upon us. For some of us, it's not upon us for
Deshaun
Watson. But, I mean, for everybody else, the season's about to come up, right? All right, so, speaking of losers, right, like Watson.
Listen, when you get suspended, do you get to play preseason?
I don't.
Usually if you get suspended, why would you be like notable enough to even be playing preseason?
Like, what if you get injured in the preseason and then your suspension is really your 6 game turned into a season? I don't.
Brady.
Hey man, I don't know, man. You should ask Tom Brady, man.
Y'all don't remember when he did that?
When he got injured, he got injured and he had to serve.
He kept litigating the Deflategate suspension, and then finally point where he was injured. And he was like,
yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. All right. So going back to not Tom Brady, but losers, right? We all know the Buffalo Bills is one of like the most unluckiest teams in history because they lost 4 Super Bowls consecutively. Like, they made losing an art, right? They are not the only team to lose 4 Super Bowls. So my question to you is, what's the other team to lose 4 Super Bowls?
Cleveland.
I mean, they are a sucky, sorry team, but they suck so much they never made it to 4 Super Bowls, right?
Okay. Well, you're not. Hopefully, it's not a trick question. You're not talking about the Baltimore Ravens, because they were also originally Cleveland.
Now this team is still in its
49ers?
Nah.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's not what you would consider a winning franchise. And actually, this team has so much bad luck. They were 1 game away. This is something within your memory, or at least you probably heard about it. They were 1 game away from the Super Bowl, right? So it's that conference championships, and they were headed by a quarterback who retired and came back, retired and came back.
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I didn't know Minnesota made it to the Super Bowl 4 times.
Not in our lifetime. It was all in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
They did it over the course of 8 years. That's the only thing. So they did it in the 70s, 70, 74, 75, 77. And the Bills saw that and said, we can do it better.
We can do it. We can do it all in the same decade. Actually, within the same half of the decade.
Back.
Yeah.
Actually reminded me of a Bill Russell stat. Oh my God. That reminded me of a Bill Russell stat I looked when I was researching. I think he was 10-0 in Game 7.
I mean,
hey, guess who's not 10-0 in Game 7? LeBron.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but you know,
nah, that's different. That's different. Damn, that's different.
That's why LeBron isn't great, because Bill Russell was able to go 10-0, and Michael Jordan was. LeBron can't. Man, get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's a very interesting tidbit. I mean, Minnesota, I'm sure they had that on their wall somewhere about losing.
You know, it's funny because when I read that, I was just thinking about the Brett Favre, because I knew they were going to the Super Bowl, and then the Saints and their what was that?
Head hunting, targeting rule.
Yeah, the targeting, and then before then, I knew they were going with Randy Moss and I think Randall. I didn't have faith in Dante, but I had faith in Randall, and I thought they were going then. And
Minnesota's always been close, but never got invited to the big dance. They've always been, you know.
That's when they lost it.
When they had Stephon Diggs, then they had a good playoff run. They had that quarterback.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
They had a good run, but I don't think they made it to the conference championship.
They've had some good teams. They just never make it.
Yeah.
They never make it to the Super Bowl. Like Adrian Peterson, they had Randy Moss and Culpepper.
Because even the Cunningham year, that's the year that they lost to Atlanta to a field goal. The Chandelier Atlanta Hawks, not the Michael Vick Atlanta Hawks.
Chandler? You said Chandelier?
Yeah, that's why I said Chandelier.
Oh my gosh. Alright, man. Y'all be disrespecting. You been disrespecting people all day, man. You don't like Deshaun Watson. What you got to say about Bill Russell, man?
Hey, Bill's great, bro. Nothing but flowers, nothing but just honor to Bill, man.
Yeah. So, okay, man. Well, I'll leave it at this, man. Let us know what you think about Deshaun Watson. Think about the Cleveland Browns. Think about the Houston Texans. Think about these owners for the NFL. Think about our rules. You know, about 3 strikes and you out, man. We need to get some level of control for these darn owners. And then...
Dang, man, that's another rabbit hole. All right.
And again, be sure to subscribe, like, comment if you've been hanging with us this long. And tell a friend to tell a friend. I mean, again, if you tell them and then they like it, it'll help the algorithm even more. It'll help push us up, more eyes to be on it, and then I'll get more exposed to new viewers who can then join the Discord, and then again this thing starts to roll downhill. So again, if you like it, man, please just do a little bit of liking and subscribing and following and telling your friend to tell a friend. We're here every Wednesday now. Until next Wednesday, guys, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. So deuces.
Bye. Y'all have a good one.